Hi Capricorn, welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm doing a reading on 22/02/2022. I thought it was important to underline that date, that day. It doesn't occur very often. I read a statistics that the last time there was a similar date that was reversible, the way this one is, was the 11th day of January, so 1101, 1011, right? So year 1011. So that's really interesting. It's been a long time. So anywho, long story short, I'm using the 4 twos. We're going to draw one of those as an overarching energy. I have 2 decks I created, one in English, one in French. We're going to draw 1 card out of each. Those cards are read upward. Then I draw 3 tarot cards that are mixed, upright, reversed, or reversed, whatever comes out. And then we just read the whole thing all together and look at what's transpiring on this particular date. So let's get the energy of the Two of Swords. We're going to get some cards before I start saying anything. This is way too many. So 1 card, please, to show us what this energy is for Capricorn. Occasionally I have to pull. Just do it. Okay. Let's do the French deck. One card. Obviously, I will translate. Okay. The word is risque, which is risk. That's interesting. It tells you to just do it, but it also warns you there's a risk. That's really interesting. I'm gonna get the tarot. Yes, because this, it's funny because I just drew the 2 of Swords. I mean, there's only 4 twos, right? So with all the signs, there's been repeating, obviously, overarching energies. So the 2 of Swords here, I've been interpreting it, I think, twice before as much more of a standstill, right? Of a standoff energy where you're not choosing. Things are sort of at a halt. Whereas here, I feel there's definitely let me rephrase that. About in the other readings, there was not really a need to make a choice. I don't know how to, it's not relevant that I bring in all the reading to explain the previous reading, but here in this case, you would really have to choose one over the other. It's either something is doable, feels right, is calling you, and you know it's in your highest good, versus something that is risky, that implies danger to whatever degree, but I don't sense anything dramatic, but the presence of danger is there. you're gonna tell me. If something is risky and dangerous, then the choice is obvious. You're just gonna go with with what is you know, in your highest good. But you know, you could also read it as, okay, just do this thing even if it's risky, right? But I mean, let's look at the tarot, because we could speculate and not get any further. And it'll be different for all of you, right? So, okay, hold on. This was under. Okay. The Ten of Swords in reverse, the Three of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. It's really funny because the Ten of Pentacles is under the risky side of things, whereas on the just do it side, you're coming out of a difficult situation. But maybe that's what it is. You're extracting yourself out of this situation, something uncomfortable, very unpleasant, to maybe somewhat painful to you, probably mostly emotionally, but it could be mental as well, right? Mental anguish, a lot of stress with all of these swords. But really the trick is to extract yourself out of it and get going. Just move, take action. It's more appropriate. It's taking action. It's making you get better. On the risky side, you have the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, I don't necessarily associate the two, but it's interesting that one is on top of the other. You know, sometimes a lot of people in business will say starting a new business, or, you know, they had to take risks, but it did pay off. So maybe this is this situation here for you Capricorns. Capricorns are really cautious, right? Usually, you know, they're going to want to know what they're getting into, what the return on the investment, you know, get a ballpark on that, that kind of thing before they even commit. We also have the Three of Wands, so it's really interesting. There's definitely by taking action, you're also, your ships are coming in, right? So the idea that being in the energy of getting things done, and no matter how small, they might not even be directly related to this maybe risky endeavor per se, right? But there sort of are, right? It's kind of almost like a domino effect, right? And then that's what it creates. The domino effect is like the ripple effect as well. It's having an some sort of it bounces off. So whatever your sort of the signal you're emitting is, there's another signal that's coming back. It might not be synchronized though, right? And I think that's pretty pretty accurate to say about the Three of Wands in general, anyway, in terms of maybe not all ships are going to hit the shore at once, you know what I'm saying? So maybe the choice here that I was sensing about, there's definitely a choice to be made. This is not about being ambivalent or not being ambivalent anymore. The choice really lies in you can't wait anymore. It's almost like the ships are drawing too near, so you also need to pick up the pace, kind of thing. And picking up the pace might involve taking those risks. That definitely bring in quite a lot of success, but also it brings in a lot of, it's interesting because it's a variety of experiences related to the different ships that are coming in. So there's like this, the ship of money, there's the ship of family, there's the ship of stability, there's the ship of, you know, legacy, there's, you know what I mean, like they might come at a different time, they might layer themselves, they might intermesh, but they're definitely being woven together by acting on your desires, on your and drawing from your past experiences, I want to say. Things that maybe didn't work out as well. I mean, you're equipped. You're not jumping in without any sort of prior or resourcefulness, prior experience or some form of resourcefulness, right? Quite interesting. Maybe also just, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but there's the word peace on this card. So being in the now, acting on your impulses, on your desires, but also spending some time, peace for me in this case is meditation, right? But I mean, not everybody meditates. As long as you find some moments where you can really counterbalance the action, right? You need tranquility, you need to recharge. You can't always be floored, right? Like your foot to the floor, meaning full on. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll see you soon. Take care.